Once again, Sunday, 12 o'clock, so we're going to do our Q&A. All things keto, all things paleo, both combined, keto, paleo. If you guys would like to ask any kind of lifting questions, exercise questions, anything of that nature, shoot them over my way, Jamie at keto-paleo.com. Shot some how to make a keto cappuccino this week. If you guys want to shoot over to my YouTube video, you can see how I do that. A little more step by step, a little more detail on the scoopers, a couple different ways to make them. So that being said, let's get right into our questions this week. One of the questions that someone wrote in is like, I've been reading a lot about your about ketogenic diets. I noticed that there's a lot of different rules of thumb. Some people are heavy into dairy. Some people aren't into dairy. She goes, I noticed that you're not into dairy. So why is that? Okay, so I do have a video up on my YouTube. So if you're curious as to why I've merged the two ideologies together, there's information up over there. I've combined a paleo style diet or a natural human diet with the ketogenic diet. So that being entailed, I don't include any type of dairy. The reason being is if you throw that evolutionary template over top of it, you know, if we didn't have any dairy, or we didn't have it in our diet, I should say, until the last 10,000 years when we left the Paleolithic era and started farming more the Neolithic era. It's not inherent to our genome, so some people use cheeses and creams and stuff like that, and I'll be honest with you, if I'm following an 85-15, I'll use it as a cheat meal. I'll make a, I'll make something with a little bit of dairy. Makes me feel like I'm getting away with something and doesn't knock me out of ketosis. But if I'm training super hard for something, I'll keep the dairy out. And in reality, following that evolutionary template, it's not a real food, it's a processed food. You have to process milk from the cow to make butter. You have to process the dairy from the cow to make cheese. It's a processed food, and I try to stick to as much as possible as I can to real food. There's different camps out there that believe different things, and it works differently for different people. So that's cool. Good for them. If it's working, don't mess with it. I've had a lot of clients come into the gym that get really stalled with dairy, or they have all types of reactions to dairy, and again, it probably follows a little closer to that evolutionary template. We didn't eat it while we were evolving. So keto, paleo, you combine the two, dairy is a no-no. Can you use it as a cheat food now and again? Yeah, every once in a great while. Probably won't kill you unless you have severe allergies to it or very lactose intolerant. And like I said, some people stall with it. Even though it may not show up on your blood meter as glucose, some people it invokes a huge insulin response too. As a matter of fact, I think Cordain talks a little bit about that in Paleo Answer. All right. Another question's carb cycling. Do you do anything with carb cycling with competing? No, I don't. I notice I feel a lot better if I just plain keep them out. No carb night for me. I don't carb load, but I don't do bodybuilding type stuff. I keep most of my diet. I keep high fat, moderate protein, and real low carb, and I'm really successful with it. My strength gains stay steady, my inflammation stays away. I don't go down that road, and you'll see a lot of stuff on there. People will throw in some type of potato or a sweet potato for the paleo aspect of things. That I don't buy into either, because it's such a huge carb load. And if you do a little more research on the oxidative stress of athletes, you'll notice that if you're a perpetual carb burner and you're perpetually burning a lot of carbohydrate, then you're perpetually creating a lot of oxidative stress. So if you're an athlete and you're just eating up carbs faster, you're in turn metabolizing a lot of carbohydrate and causing more oxidative stress. So in turn, you're probably doing more damage because you're burning that horrible fuel source. I do believe, I think it was in Sugar Film, that's one of the things he mentions in the beginning about older athletes having heart attacks and whatnot, and they were active most of their life. Something you can look a little more into. I know there's not a ton of science behind it yet. I mean, other than the fact that, you know, the glucose model causes more oxidative stress than a ketogenic model, which if you read some of Phineas Volek's work, there's a lot of stuff there, and I think Jake Wilson might even have some of that stuff too. So, yeah, and back to the potato thing, yeah, were there roots? Yeah, there were, but if there was no controlled fire for 10,000 years, how did we heat that carbohydrate to hydrolyze it to make it useful to us? So, I just don't use them. So, all right, guys, 2 big questions of the week. They're great. I know I overlapped a little bit. I appreciate them coming. I'm going to be speaking August 27th at the University of Michigan. So if you can make the trip, get on up here. I'd appreciate it. I'm going to Periscope it too, so it's going to be about 2 hours long. I'm going to have a Q&A. If you guys want to shoot me emails, jamie@keto@-paleo.com. Come here. You don't want to be in it? Sorry, my daughter's in it here. All right, so Angelina wants to say hi. Say hi, Angelina. Hi. All right, so anyway, August 27th, the University of Michigan, I'll be speaking. I might try to get a couple of guest speakers with me. I don't know yet. Very excited about that. I'll Periscope it, put it on YouTube, all that kind of thing for those of you guys who can't make it. All right, that's it. Thanks for joining in. Thank you very much. Have a good week, guys. Bye.